7:38, 33 degrees, and love is in the air, and it will be for the next few weekends for sure, with couples celebrating Valentine's Day. But let's be realistic, that's not the case for everybody in the world. So whether you're in a new relationship, trying to get over a heartache, or maybe somewhere in between, we have got some great advice for you. We have Stefanie Safran here. She's a professional matchmaker. She's behind the website called stefinthecity.com. Hi there.
Hey.
I love how you came all decked out in your hearts because you're spreading love.
It's that time of year, so it's like one of those things right after January that you see. At January 2nd, you see the prepping up for Valentine's Day these days.
And it can be a whole lot of pressure. So first up, for people who are single, I think that can be a pressure-filled moment, especially if they want to be in a relationship and they're not. What are some of the ideas and best places to go, you think, for singles where they don't feel out of place with all the other couples who are celebrating?
Well, there's a lot of pre-Valentine's Day events that are taking place. Starting tomorrow night, there's an event with Time Out Chicago for their top singles,
nice.
And you'll be able to go to that event to try and find a date.
That's cool. It's a nice idea. Is this a good time of year to find a date?
It really can be, because a lot of people, what they do is they call wife up for the winter. so a lot of people are actually looking to meet that special somebody.
And I bet the fact that we haven't had a bad winter is messing up some people's plans. What are some of the other things that people can do?
There's also some events that take place next week after Valentine's Day as well. So just in case, don't worry, we've got something on February 16th. It's the Chicago Social Club. It's CISC. They have an event as well.
Okay, very cool. All right, now what about people who've just broken up? Because those are the singletons that really have it hard when they're not feeling like being in love at all. What's your advice for them?
Well, I think that you have to find a friend to kind of pair up with, so that you have an automatic date, and then maybe you ought to have an automatic Valentine. You don't want to go with your ex. You don't want to go the same places that you used to go to.
Oh, wow.
Because you don't need to be reminded of that.
Yeah. Oh, this is where we, and remember I told you he did that? Yeah, that's just torturing yourself. And why should you do something like that?
Yeah, so I mean, avoid anything that you think might bring up those kind of memories, and make some new ones.
Sounds pretty good to me. Now, what about if you're in a relationship that's not going so well right now? Is this the time to try and forge a better part of your partnership, or should you ignore the holiday because you're not really feeling it?
Well, it kind of depends. Every couple has their own patterns in terms of are they into Valentine's Day? Do they just call it another Hallmark holiday? But this is not the time to, think that Valentine's Day is going to make up for the 364 other days of the year.
If they were all bad, this is going to be bad too.
Well, you can't put all your eggs in one basket in terms and thinking that this is going to be the thing. It's not the right time to just kind of force and assume one dinner or one evening is going to make up for the other things of the relationship that you probably really have to talk about. Yeah,
and work on really hard. And yeah, Valentine's Day, nobody feels like working. Okay, now what about people who are in new relationships? Like, is this the time to move forward, or is this the time that you just celebrate in a little way? Like, how do you manage the gap? Because some people go all out for Valentine's Day, and if you've just been dating a few months, what do you do?
Well, I think that you have to kind of feel your way in terms of what you guys plan to do. And you don't have to just go out and have a very fancy dinner somewhere, but you might want to talk about little romantic things that you guys can do amongst yourselves, because sometimes people feel that high pressure to buy candy and roses and the dinner, and sometimes really for people it's more about finding those intimate things that are important to the couple versus what's important to what you see in the general public.
Right. And what about people who maybe want to take it to the next level? Is Valentine's the day to do it?
It can be a day for some couples to kind of see that oh, my relationship's getting a little bit more serious in terms of what you can do to find out if that person see if you don't have to go and buy there's more than just the traditional things. There's things that mean something to you guys as a couple. And if you find that you're you want to really, if you're feeling ready to go that next level, then do something romantic that's significant to both of you guys, as opposed to what what your friends might think is romantic.
Yeah, that's true, because a lot of times it's the reporting back that ends up being the real story. Now, what about people who are in relationships? A lot of people have been together for a while. How do you celebrate Valentine's Day in that case?
Well, there's a great class you can take with G Boutique in Wicker Park. They do burlesque, they have stuff for couples, and then they also have some unmentionables that we can't mention on air. But they have some great classes, and they make people feel very comfortable. So there are some places out there that you can do something with your significant other to spice it up a bit.
I like spicy. Very cool. Thank you so much, Stef. And of course, you can always check her out, stefinthecity.com. You can learn more about her matchmaking services there, and you can also link to her Facebook page as well and get some tips on your own. Thank you so much, and happy Valentine's Day.
You too.
Much love to you.